Welcome to A Foreigner in the Philippines. Well, one of the things that has come up very recently because of a storm of both protest and of congratulations, believe me, we never had so many comments which were so opposed in their views. And that, of course, was the interview that we did of Mitch and Marina. Now, it begs the question, do opposites attract? And as with all things, we're really only talking about opinions here, because if you are in a relationship and your wife is completely opposite to you, and it feels good, then you're going to say, well, opposites do attract. Look at me and my wife. Look at me and my husband. And if you have a long history of trying to make this work and having various relationships crash and crumble in the dust, then you're going to be doing the opposite. So it really gets back to one of the things that I believe in based on my own experience, and that is that if you ask someone for their opinion, they will give you, and this seems a no-brainer to me, they will give you the sum total of their own wins and losses. Losses. Right? So, ask somebody who is great at business, has started many businesses, sold them off as a franchise, and now is a multi-millionaire, maybe even a billionaire nowadays with money the way it is. What's he going to tell you? Well, go into the small business, work it out from the start so that it can be sold off as a franchise. Bang! I can say from experience that it works. And look how many how-to books there are on the market where people have gone and they've made something work, and then they write a book about it. And they say, if you want to know how this works and that works, and how to make it so that you can be a millionaire in 3 weeks flat, they'll write a book and then they'll share their experience. Does anybody write a book on how to if they failed? No, of course they don't. So the opposites attract is still based in opinion, and the opinion that was dominant in the comments on the conversation that we videoed between Mitch and Marie was dominantly negative. I think it's fair to say that. Now, it's never been our way to go in and judge. In fact, one of the things that I've said over and over again, and Beth and I totally agree on this, and we made this agreement between both of us, between us, when we started, we said that we would have a feel-good channel. That's one of the first things that we said. We said that we would deal with our simple life, our everyday life, simple life. We didn't know that anybody would be interested, but it turns out that they were. And later our simple life became less simple as time went by, but then everything evolves, doesn't it? So we also said when we started to be empowered to help other people, we started to be empowered by people who sent some money, and they said, can you, well, one of the early was the church of the singing and dancing congregation. And I remember that I said, well, there must be some churches out there who could send some Bibles, just send some Bibles. And rather than just send Bibles, which we did, we met one of our very good friends, Bill Gambino and his family, who sent Bibles and also sent other stuff, and have been in touch with us ever since. this is what's happened on many times, many occasions, where people have remained in touch, whether they're sending stuff, whether they're commenting, whether they're secret or ghost on our YouTube channel. Not everybody wants to comment. Not everybody is out there in the fray. They tend to just not do it. 60% of the people that look on our channel, I think it was 64% are not subscribers. So there are many people out there who will not even subscribe. Now, this is a great disappointment to us, of course, because we'd rather have a ton of subscribers. But anyway, that's their choice, and that's their freedom to do that, right? But as far as judging whether someone is right or wrong, or that, it's not for us to judge that. It's not for us to judge whether someone deserves help. It's not for us to judge whether a man should be providing for his family and yet he's living in a slum, when we can go in and we can help, and we are empowered to do that by our subscribers, you, our subscribers. So we're looking right now at the idea of, do opposites attract? Lots of you said no. Very emphatic. One guy said, you are a man of the world, you are knowledgeable, you are experienced, you are extrovert, you need the same thing. Now, does that work? I'm wondering if one man who likes to talk constantly is going to be happy with someone who likes to talk constantly. Is that going to work? I'm not judging here, I'm asking the question. Ask yourself. Or is it that if a woman is a chatterbox and her husband is the strong silent type, will that work better? It's opinion, and that's the main thing, is that all of these discussions which we have, and when you watch a video and then you put your comment in, it's opinion, and we get opinions given to us about everything, from what we should do with our road to how I should drive the little truck and the big truck, and how I should do this or do that, and then the things that people like. I mean, they might love when Beth leaps on the carabao and goes and rides James Bond the carabao. These are things which reveal themselves when we do things. We do things completely spontaneously. We don't actually judge whether something is correct or not, and that's the thing. The only thing that we judge on, if we are to judge anything, is if I see, and Beth is the same, if we see opinions which have been couched in vindictive, malicious, plain nasty language, well, we don't want that on our videos. We don't want it, and we just get rid of it. Hence the Feel Good channel title. That's how we feel. So, do people even agree with that? No, a lot of people don't agree with that. They think that we should be up there providing a forum for people who want to express caustically. I call them chainsaw mouths, where these are the people that like to tell it how it is, and they'll go on and with their chainsaw mouth, as they walk along through their life, they leave, they wend their way through a path of broken and bleeding bodies, metaphorically speaking, of course. Well, I've never found that anybody who says, I like to say it like it is. And I am brutally honest. Well, my observation is that they enjoy the brutality more than the proposed truth. So they tell the truth, well, they tell their opinion, and they do it brutally. And it's the brutality which they enjoy more than the proposing that, hey, excuse me, but this, I believe this is the truth. Who can quarrel with that? Nobody can quarrel with someone who says, this is the way that I see it. Nobody can quarrel with that. But if somebody makes so little of your opinion that there's really no point in speaking further, then that's the brutal part of it, which we choose not to have on our channel. So, did everybody agree that Mitch and Marie will be happy ever after? No, they didn't. Some felt very concerned about Marie, that does she know what she's letting herself in for? Well, at one point, as I said in another video, at one point in that interview that attracted so much attention, I think I actually said, just going from memory, I said to her, what attracted you, what made you agree to this monster, tongue-in-cheek. I said, this monster of a man. And she took it deadly serious, and she said, he's not a monster. He's a good man, or he's a simple man. Can't remember exactly what she said, but she disagreed with the idea that he was a monster. And what I was trying to do was to say that this is a man who will ride roughshod over a lot of people. You know, you wouldn't disagree with him without knowing exactly what his viewpoint was. That's just not how he is. Well, I saw Marie today, and I saw Mitch again today, and he had read the comments that I had made about him, and I said that I thought that he was a rough diamond. In other words, underneath the lack of polish is a diamond. And that was my opinion. And I watched him today bring happiness and joy and laughter to a ton of people. Now, he didn't do that by handing millions of dollars out, although he did make a very generous gift just to the kids in the orphanage. But mainly, he gave ice cream. He brought bottles of water. He brought chocolate cake. He brought candy. This is not anything that takes a wealthy man. It takes somebody who wants to bring pleasure, joy, happiness to a bunch of kids who actually don't have any moms and dads. So, for me, a rough diamond. And I said I thought that he had a golden heart, and that's what I think. Now, I saw Marie, and I really tried to have real eye-to-eye contact. I looked at her like this. I said, "Are you okay?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Are you happy?" And she said, "Yes." And when we were going home after all of this was over, and I stopped to say goodbye to Mitch, knowing that he was going to be leaving tomorrow, I thought that they should be going this way, but he told me that they're going that way, and he was going to meet the uncle and aunt of Marie for the first time, and he was going to talk to them, and they were both going there together. I'm predicting that he charmed the pants off them. That's what I think probably happened. Probably was a little bit over the top for a Filipino couple, but I think that he would have done very, very well. And I wish him, as does Beth, I wish him and Marie every possible hope for the future. And we all need those hopes for the future, because there are no guarantees. Everything is as it will be. Did we make a great choice? Was the opposite that we chose the right one for us? Was the same one that we chose right for us? Was the extrovert to our extrovert, was it good? Was the shy and retiring good with the shy and retiring? I don't know. Was it all good? Well, in every case, we'll see. So, thanks for looking in. Do opposites attract? Well, in that particular case, we'll be following that relationship as you are following mine and Beth's. Do opposites attract? I'm old, she's young. Can't get more opposite than that, can you? And yet, we seem to be doing pretty good. This is a foreigner in the Philippines. Thanks for looking in.